It has taken me like 10 times to record this video because I want to be thoughtful about how I share this information. But another massive layoff was just announced and is circulating the internet. And I also found more information on other areas within the market that will be affected by future layoffs in this year. Starting off with the big one that just came out about an hour ago, UPS to cut 12,000 jobs, citing softer demand and higher labor costs. 12,000 seems like a lot of jobs to me, but the way that they're spinning it is it said it will only affect 2.4% of their global workforce, which roughly is about 500,000 people, with 75% of the job reductions coming in the first half of 2024. So they haven't made these layoffs yet, but they're anticipating them in the next couple of months. Executives also pointed out the higher labor costs. UPS actually reached a new deal with the Teamsters, the union, that included raises of up to 55% over 5 years for certain workers. However, the company's sales outlook for 2024 disappointed investors, which is leading to them doing this massive layoff. I don't know the specifics behind how unions negotiate these deals. I'm not a union expert by any means, but in this particular case, it would appear that even though the Teamsters, the union, came to an agreement with UPS due to them increasing wages, that ultimately kind of led to this decision of the layoff. Now, for a lot of other people that were in the comments asking what other sectors are going to be affected, I'm going to share with you a list of companies that have come out. This article was posted on CBS and CNBC actually on January 29th of 2024. So I'm going to go through a list. These are all the companies that have said in 2024 they are going to be laying people off. So I'm not making this up. These companies have already come out and said it, and it's affecting multiple sectors, not just tech. So let's get into it. The biggest one that I want to point out here is Google, because first of all, they've already gone through several rounds of layoffs in the last 2 quarters. But a memo was released that said that Google will be cutting up to 12,000 more jobs in the next 2 quarters, or 6% of its workforce, to trim costs after going through a massive hiring spree during the pandemic. The CEO said, to match and fuel that growth, we hired for a different economic reality than the one that we face today. Next up is Microsoft. In an internal memo that was leaked last week, Microsoft announced that it will be cutting 1,900 jobs in its gaming division specifically. Riot Games, TikTok are also lumped into that tech industry, as well as Amazon. Amazon said that it would be eliminating 100 jobs within its Audible division, among others within Prime Video. We all know that Salesforce just had a big layoff as well. It shed about 7,300 workers, or 10% of its workforce, in cost-cutting measures. And so for me, I know that those numbers might not seem big to some of you, but every job that gets cut to me is someone that doesn't have the ability to pay their rent or mortgage, that just likely lost access to their health care unless they can afford COBRA, that likely is now going to be trying to figure out, how do I put food on the table for my family? So whether it's 500 workers or 12,000 workers, every layoff I think is worth us paying attention to and having a plan. All right, now let's get into the retail space. I believe these already happened, but Wayfair and Macy's laid off a pretty significant chunk of folks last week. REI and Levi's are also to follow. And this one is hot off the press. Just in the last 24 hours, American Airlines announced the layoffs of hundreds of employees as the carrier seeks to reorganize and improve its customer service team. This will affect customer service related positions in the Phoenix and Dallas-Fort Worth area. This to me is really surprising considering how much bad press American Airlines has gotten, specifically within customer success. So the fact that they're doubling down on that just goes to show that they're absolutely the worst airline in America. Now, many of these companies will be offering severance as well as job placement support. So you do hopefully have some runway to figure out what your next step is. But I am sharing this information all because I don't think that this information is being sent up in the algorithm when you go to Google layoffs or when you get on Facebook or other social media mediums. I don't think that it's like being really elevated to the general public. So for me, I every morning wake up and I get a bunch of different RSS feeds fed into my emails, so I can kind of get a consolidated view of everything that's happening across the world for that day, whether it be in the tech industry, healthcare industry, layoffs, job market, economy, etc. I think I'm going to just go ahead and post a video on how I get those feeds sent to me every morning, because you need to educate yourself outside of just looking at the headlines, outside of whatever news is fed to you through the algorithm on Facebook and Twitter. It's up to us to be educated and plan for what's ahead. And yes, when I say brace for it, I think we all should be bracing for it. I mean, the fact that UPS laid off that many people just after a massive union negotiation just goes to show that no job is really safe. And I hate to say that. Because I would like to think that there's some industries that are safe, but I'm just losing hope at this point.
Hello YouTube, guys, welcome to my channel, Reality of Life. Guys, this channel, what I do here is just react. It's a reaction channel to what's going on at the economy right now, when it comes to jobs, rent, food, lights, the basic things, life, reality. And this stuff keeps happening right now. People are losing their jobs. I'm one of those people. I'm at home. That's why I'm making YouTube videos right now. Guys, yeah, so please leave a comment below. Let me know what your situation is. Just contribute and chat us up at the comment section down there. Now let's move on to the next video.
4 reasons you need a side hustle in 2023. Let's compare the average cost of things back in 2019 when things were nice and good to costs now in 2023. Let's start with gas. How much was gas back in 2019? It was this much. How much is gas in 2023? It's this much. All of these are averages. How about, groceries? Everybody needs groceries. How much was the average grocery bill for a family of 4 back in 2019? It was this much. And how much is it now in 2023? It's this much. Now, let's talk homes. What was the average price of an average home in America to purchase? It was this much in 2019, and it is this much now in 2023. For people who can't afford to buy a home, what's the average cost of rent? It was this much in 2019, and it is this much in 2023. If these 4 reasons alone have not convinced you yet that you need a side hustle, I don't know what to tell you. If you're one of the few that is doing perfectly fine and you do not need extra money, then swipe away, because this has no relation to you whatsoever. However, if you are part of the 99% of people, you're probably going to need a side hustle, because living in the United States has become, in the last 4 years, so expensive. Things have gotten so much more expensive at such a steady rate that has not kept up with wages. People are still making very similar amounts to what they were making back in 2019, except things are a lot more expensive. Is it any wonder that we come here on TikTok and see desperate pleas of people crying out for help, just venting in frustration that they cannot afford regular things, that they're drowning in debt, paying student loans, credit card loans, that they cannot pay their groceries, that they just cannot have any fun in life because they're always working? Is it any wonder? If you need a side hustle, I have one for you. I have a free guide up in my bio. Go get it. Grab my free guide. And if you have found these comparisons accurate or not, tell me in the comments. Tell me what you're experiencing. I want to know what you're going through.
Rent is so expensive that the average minimum wage worker needs either 3 roommates or 4 jobs to afford a 2-bedroom apartment. In fact, there's not a single state in America where a minimum wage worker that's full-time can afford a 2-bedroom apartment. If you live in a state like Arkansas, I used to live there, the minimum wage is like $7.25. You have to work 90 hours a week to afford a 2-bedroom apartment. You have to work 74 hours a week to afford a 1-bedroom apartment. Someone explain to me why we're acting like the workers are the problems when the corporations that are arbitrarily pushing price up on rent, food, laying off workers, all to maximize their profit. How is this sustainable? How is the system sustainable? Somebody needs to do something. It's like they're putting a squeeze on us. I don't know if you feel like I feel like it's a squeeze right now.
Yeah, guys, I feel that squeeze too right now. It's like someone just have a foot on your neck. You go to the store, you pick a few things, it's like extremely high. Gas, your car maintenance, like my car need maintenance right now, and I don't even have the money to do it. It's just there with the maintenance required light on. And there's a whole lot that could, there's, I'm just praying, man. There's a whole lot that could go wrong, but I'm just trying to hold on. But again, guys, it's not about me, man. Leave a comment down below. Just share what you're going through in this economy right now. All right, let's check out the next video.